Good afternoon, friends, followers, channel members. How are we all? Happy Friday. It has been a while since we've had a live stream, over a week in fact. And sorry, I'm just watching that fire truck approach the back end of that that Easyjet. Rather, oh, okay, well, what a perfect way to break with the realism. But there we go. I do wish that that is one of the little things that a Zobo would fix. Some sort of AI with regards to the ground vehicles, perhaps not approaching a 60-ton jet at 60 miles an hour. Just ruins the illusion somewhat, doesn't it? Anyway, everybody, how are we all? Yeah, so for those of you who are on our Discord server, you'll know that I'm not actually too well at the moment, although I'm far better today than I have been for the last 2 or 3 days. So I'm suffering with my man flu, but there's only so long you can just lay still and do nothing. So I thought a nice short trip down from Edinburgh to Bristol is a great way to spend a Friday afternoon. So I'm going to jump into the aircraft because, God, yeah, that's noisy. Yeah, the biggest thing I'm suffering from now is just a full-on head cold where all the sinuses are blocked and, yeah, not fun. Anyway, other than that, we'll see how we get on today with our flight. But it does mean, as I'm a little bit off it, you guys are going to be all so much more important than normal. My PMs, that you all are always doing a great job. If I miss anything, you guys are going to have to shout it all out. So welcome everybody, welcome into the chat, welcome on board. We're actually mocking a real flight today that is due to depart in about 20 minutes. I think it's probably going to beat us. So morning everyone, hey, behind the skis, skis, Leanne DC, Daniel, hello to you. Leanne, Edinburgh to Bristol, good taxi. Yeah, well that is from 18 right in Amsterdam, it's about the same length flight. The legend Dark Fury, good afternoon legend. And there he is, legend gifting as we're not even 10 minutes into the stream, and Dark Fury gifting 5 Easyjets in by the channel memberships to kick off our Friday afternoon stream. Oh, that means welcome Matt P, Mark, Anthony, Chris and SLR01. Welcome guys, a huge shout out and thanks again to the legend of the channel, Dark Fury, my MOC. See, Dark, you can fix my aircraft but you can't fix my head. That's the that's what I need you to work on next. Although if you manage to do that, I imagine you'd become a very rich man. So thanks so much, Dark. Hey Zara, hey Scratcher as well. Dr. Random, good afternoon to you. Christian's here as well. Christian, you wanted to fly along but your Sims crashed on the loading screen. Well, that's not great. You know, this is actually the first time I've done a proper flight since the Sim update as well. So that will be interesting to see how we're going to get on. Hopefully everything will work okay. I say I don't think the biggest threat today is the PC. The biggest threat today is definitely me. So if you are watching on YouTube, as per usual, the operational flight plan is pinned into the chat, and a shout out to our Twitch viewerships as well. Hey guys, over on the purple, welcome to our flight this afternoon. Yeah, so real world flight, Easy21 Delta Alpha. It's probably boarding passengers right now in real life. That is if it is on time, if you want to track that on Flight Radar 24. Dr. Magic, you also haven't flown since the update. We'll see what the weekend brings. Good luck, Dr. Magic. It's one of those, isn't it? Let's hope all works well. Right. I feel like I forgot to set up a load of things with regards to setting up this stream. Let me just see. Have we even got the tablet working? Oh yeah, that seems to be working all right. Let me get the operational flight plan in. So we need to get some weather. We need to go through the flight plan and work out what we're going to be doing, what fuel we're going to be taking. Oh, right. Let's see if I can remember how to do all. Do you know, I've not even got my checklists out. Hang on. Oh, so unprepared for this. Talvin, mate, Talvin, thank you so much for your kind super chat. You're doing Geneva to Stansted at the moment. Excellent. Hope it is going well for you. I love the freeware Stansted scenery, Talvin. So a good choice, if I do say so. And Grumpy Old Sod has gifted a tier 1 sub as well on Twitch to Matty. Dark, is that still you, Grumpy Old Sod, on your Twitch username? I was going to say Twitter then. On your Twitch username. Thank you, Dark, or Grumpy Old Sod, whichever you prefer to be called. Right, what we got? Oh, payload 12 tons, no, just over 12 tons, 33,000 feet going today, headwind of 12, alternate is Manchester. So we head down to Bristol, looking to depart runway 24, land runway 27. It's quite a direct flight route, that's good. Plug fuel is 5.2 tons, which is about 2 hours 30 minutes of flight time. The actual flight time today is, I think, just under 1 hour overall. So just check the flight rule there. There's nothing amazing about that. This is the other thing as well. When I'm not flying, I have absolutely no idea what the actual weather's doing. The QNH today, I think, is quite low, isn't it? We'll check that out a little bit later on. I think we've got some VATSIM ATC. So here is the current weather. Cloud base of 800, that's low. Visibility 3000. Hang on. That is not what it looks like outside my simulator window. In fact, it looks rather good. Oh. Well, some things look rather good. Some things just look plain spooky. God bless Microsoft Flight Simulator. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, and then what have we got at Bristol? We've got 1400 cloud base, 1.4 kilometers of visibility as well, so that's all right. All the alternates also Cat 1 as well, so yeah, valid alternates all the way down. Good. Okay, so look at the weather brief, see what's actually meant to be happening. So in Bristol we have got winds 250 and 11. This has a good visibility there actually. Broken 1900, 2900, 10 degrees. QNH 996 hectopascals. So yes, that's quite low. But then the forecast is for it to, you know, get the winds to get up. That's shocking, isn't it? Gusting winds at Bristol. On that airport, built high up on the top of a hill. Sounds about right. And then potential for just visibility drops, showers of rain, that kind of thing. Cumulonimbus as well, although the probability for that is pretty low, so that's not going to concern me too much. Would probably become quite unlucky if that was going to play a part in today's flight. Manchester's weather again looks like looks like it could be getting a little bit windy as we go through the evening. Stansted is another one of our alternates today as well, and there's obviously the information for Edinburgh. We'll get the latest weather for Edinburgh in a moment. Let's check out what we've got with our flight route. So that's our flight route. Hey Thunderbolt, thank you for the follow. That's our flight route today. So out to the west, then turning south, heading down over Liverpool, down the almost the coastline of Wales and England, and then coming in over Cardiff into Bristol. So good fun. Oh wow, okay, so all of the UK then looking at is encapsulated in this area of low pressure with icing and turbulence up to around 1600 feet. Oh, okay, so could be a bit of a bumpy ride. Once we get above that though, yes, the higher chart looks like everything's fine. So let's make a decision on the fuel. So anti-ice for a while as we're climbing out. That's going to burn some extra fuel. The potential for those wind gusts to really upset my landing and destabilize it in Bristol. That's another reason to throw some fuel on. So plug fuel is 5.2. How heavy are we? We're not heavy at all actually. Oh, do you know what? Let's take 6 ton. That's a nice round number to work with. So we'll take 6 ton of fuel, which is overall 800 kilograms extra plus the contingency of 200 kilograms extra. So we're going to have a ton of fuel extra. So yeah, I think that's a sensible decision. We've got lots of fuel and lots of scope for if things go astray. Jensen UK mate, that is incredibly kind. So sorry it's not. Oh, honestly, Jensen, it is incredibly generous of you to donate to the channel. And tea is exactly what I need, except I'd forgot to pour one before I started the stream, and the flight's not long enough in the cruise for me to go and get one. So we will battle through, but Jensen, I will be thinking of you when I get to Bristol and grab myself a nice warm cup of tea. And honey and lemsip, and yeah, really do appreciate that, Jensen. So thank you so much. Right, so we know what we're going to take fuel wise. That's sorted. That's done. Let's have a look then at the ATIS 13135. We'll grab that. I think that's online. Let's see if it's a voice ATIS.
All flight level 80, surface winds 270 degrees 11 knots, visibility 10 kilometers or more, scattered 3,400 feet, temperature +11, dew point +4, QNH 985 hectopascal. Acknowledge receipt of information Golf, and advise aircraft type on first contact.
Okay, I think we've got as much information as we need out of that. So winds 27011, yes, so that's confirming runway 24 is going to be in use. Cloud base is definitely not what it had in the on the operational flight plan there. It's 3,400, so we're not going to need anti-ice for the departure. 985 hectopascals, so yeah, that is quite low. Right, let's just do the flows for the start. So aircraft in the turnaround state, so we've got the nav logo lights there on, acupressure's in the green, all the flaps, spoilers, parking brake, that's all done. Let's go through and start setting our aircraft up now. We've got the information from ATIS. In fact, as well, I'm going to tell GSX we can probably start loading the passengers while I set the box up and get our clearance from ATC. Then we'll do the brief, and we'll get out of here. So let's tell GSX that we can begin. Cabin crew, refueling is underway and the bags are starting to get loaded, so let's open the doors and allow our passengers aboard. Thank you.
No problem.
Right, so GSX will take care of that. So on standby, QNH is 985 already set, that's fine. Audio control panel, just check that we've got the guard frequency. Ooh, no, 121.5. There we go, that's set. Switching panel, thrust levers, masters, mode selector, all of that. Transponder standby, we've already done the acupressure, that's fine. Up to the FCU, get the constraints on 985. Our initial climb out today as well here is 6,000 feet, that's already set. Good. Let's set up the box then. Hey Paul says, hi Gav, hope you're feeling a bit better. Definitely better than I have been, so thank you Paul, appreciate that. Hey Glennog, hey Mark, good to see you. Mac McCurry, sorry you can't stick around mate, but thank you for popping in. Hopefully see you very soon. Navig, how much would you say the cost of my entire setup was? Oh wow, okay, including the PC as well, Navig. I'll have to think about that. Remind me again when we're in cruise, and I'll chat with you about that. Right, here comes the dispatcher, the passengers. Let's set our box up. So IRS, we've got the 3 nav green aircraft status, vary the aerocycle, right engine database. Good. Let's do our init request, nav accuracy upgrade. Let's clear the scratch pad out. Flight number is Easy 21 Delta Alpha. It's quite a nice call sign, that one. Definitely had worse. We have a cost index then of 4. The temperature is 13. And what was the tropo from our operational flight plan? Let me just have a quick look. If I can get the camera positioned correctly, I'll be able to get all of this information on screen for you. There we go. So it is 25648. Grab the winds. Just the control. Well, the controls, I'm using the Thrustmaster Airbus Captain's Pack, and I also have the Thrustmaster TPR, the pendular rudders that they have as well. So that is all I'm using, and an external tablet. But that's it. Right, so they're all done. My PM can check the IRS in it. I'm going to delegate that to him. Cruise today's flight level 330, and we've got a temperature of minus 46. That's done. Okay, alternate Manchester, departing runway 24, Gozem 1 Charlie, departure, arriving at Bristol, ILS 27, and what's our route in? It's the WEVB 1 Bravo. Don't think I recall ever doing that before. What was that? FIFA? Are these some new stars at Bristol? I don't recognise any of these. WEVB 1 Bravo. That's the one we're coming in on. Does that have a veer? It probably just has a Bristol veer. We won't be doing that unless we need to enter the hold, so we'll just go no veer for that. Operational flight plan then has got 324 miles. What have we got in the box? 322 miles. So let's just do a gross error check. That departure looks good, and then all the way down. Yeah, there we go. So he still takes us over Bristol, which is fine. We'll probably either, if we don't get vectors from air traffic control, we'll just vector ourselves in and round, so we're not having to faff doing that full procedure. Okay, that's well and good. RadNav page, what we got? We've got the EDN NDB, and we have our zero. Have we got any preliminary load sheet yet? Ah, yes, we do. Wonderful. So let's grab that. This music sounds very dramatic for an Easyjet flight, doesn't it? So a zero fuel weight of 56.2, and the CFG is 30.7. Fuel for the alternate. It's got 1470 in there. We're going to round that up to 1.5 then. In fact, we've got 1.6, just be on the safe side. We'll allow 1.6 to get to the alternate, which is of course, as we've said, back up at Manchester. So the aircraft with that would like how much? 5.6, and we said we're taking 6 tons. We'll get that loaded in a moment. And that then, with everything in, gives us a takeoff weight of 62 tons on the nose, and an extra 10 minutes of thinking time should we require it. Right, on to the performance calculations then. Hey Scotty, how you doing, mate? Welcome on board. So here in Edinburgh we're planning runway 24. It is dry. Config 1, no need to force toga, anti-ice will be off, packs will be off, takeoff weight 62 dead, and the CFG is 29.3 for the departure. We'll just sync them to live weather. Intersection data, not really. We'll go full length here at full length here at Edinburgh. So that gives us figures of 132, 135, 135. Let me just move over a little bit and then we can get those in. So 132, 135, 135. Flaps 1 and a flex 60. 8. I had to double check that then on screen. That is 68, isn't it? Yeah. For a moment I thought it was 58. I thought that was quite low. No, 68. Alright, get rid of that. And now we need SimSmart, and we'll check out the engine out procedure. So let me just fill this out with some duff information so I can get the engine out procedure information that I need for runway 24. There we go. So thrust reduction acceleration values here then are 1424, 1424, 1424 for all of those. Let's pop that in. And now the engine out procedure. Let me check that out. So non-standard, once we're 8 miles from, that is the ILS DME actually, India Tango Hotel. Turn right at a max speed of 230 knots to the Edinburgh NDB and enter the hold. Alright, so basically straight out and then turn back around to Edinburgh, but if you've seen us do this before, then we have to force the aircraft to make that right turn. Otherwise it could quite easily just turn left, as the waypoint is going to be directly behind us. So let's put that into our secondary flight plan. So we'll just copy the active. India Tango Hotel, is that going to be a waypoint? I'll tell you what we'll do then. I don't think India Tango Hotel is going to be a waypoint, because that's the ILS identifier, isn't it? I will just try it. India Tango Hotel. The track will be 2408 miles. Oh, it has got it. Yeah, it's got the ILS frequency there, 108.9. Just double check that on here. 1089. Yep, that is the right one. Fantastic. So that's fine. And then place bearing distance 01, so that's the engine out procedure. Essentially, we want to force the aircraft to make a right-hand turn, so we'll tell it right, fly north. We'll just base that a couple of miles away, and then back to the Echo Delta November, which is the Edinburgh NDB, where we will take up the hold, and that information for the hold is inbound course 241, left turns 241 left. Great stuff. After we've done that, if we have lost an engine, we will most likely want to come back into Edinburgh. So that'll be ILS 24. No start, no veer. Let's just see what that looks like then on here. Yeah, so there you are, straight out. And should have. Yep, there we go. Straight out, right turn, take up the hold, and then we'll vector ourselves back in. All right. Good stuff. That's all done and dusted, so we're happy with that. Oh, that sounds like the last of the passengers has just got on board as well. Thanks for those of you who have just followed us on Twitch. Appreciate that, guys. Just going through stuff. We need to now just contact air traffic control, and then we'll get going. Look how beautiful and sunny it is here in Edinburgh. I wonder if it's going to be like that down in Bristol. So, guys, just bear with me one second. I'll be back in a moment. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Cabin crew just wanted a word. Right, ATC, are they online? Yes, 12175. Right, let's see if we can remember how to do this. Edinburgh ground, good afternoon, Easy 21 Delta Alpha, Type A320, stand 5, requesting Alpha clearance to file to Bristol, and we have information Golf.
Easy 21 Delta Alpha, Edinburgh ground, very good afternoon. Information Golf is correct, you're cleared to Bristol on the GoSum 1 Charlie departure. Initial climb is altitude 6,000 feet, squawk 0237.
Cleared by the GoSum 1 Charlie, initial climb flight level 60 and squawk 0237, Easy 21 Delta Alpha.
Easy 21 Delta Alpha, you read that correct?
Okay, good. That is what we wanted. That is what we've got in the box. So, let me just set the squawk up. What was that squawk? 0237, was it? 0237. We've got 6,000 feet set up already. Excellent. Alright, in that case then, all I need to do is... yeah, we shall do the brief, get the APU started, and then start the checklists. So, our departure brief then. So the weather, as we've already seen and discussed here in Edinburgh, is fine. Clouds are nice and high. We've got great visibility, dry runway conditions, so nothing really is going to affect us. Wind is 270 at 11, so a slight wind from the right.
572, no further
As we're going. Oh, let's just get rid of that. Yeah. Yeah, so slight wind from the right as we are departing. Nothing major there. Weather en route, we've said as well. We could have a little bit of ice and turbulence up to around 16,000 feet, but nothing again that's going to cause any alarm or concern. Weather on the arrival at Bristol, just a chance of showers. Obviously, with that, there's a chance of the reduced visibility, but also the winds are getting a bit stronger as well as we go further on into the afternoon. So the quicker we can get down there, the better. The gusty winds in Bristol always make for an interesting approach and landing. We've had a few of those in the past, so we'll see how we get on today. Hopefully the weather will be kind to us when we get there. Aircraft type is Type A320, fully serviceable with the exception of the weather radar. Performance of the aircraft is as expected. Nothing apart from the, as I say, the weather radar is listed or broken in the tech log. No NOTAMs for our departure today either. Threats to be aware of here in Bristol, here in Edinburgh. Nothing too much. Edinburgh's pretty straightforward, nothing daft. We've just got the terrain really to the south of the airport, which goes up to, as you can see, the highest peak there, 1,900 feet, bringing us to an MSA of 3,900 feet. But as it goes, Edinburgh, yeah, pretty nice, straightforward airport. No long taxi, no complicated taxiways or anything daft like that, so not too many threats to speak of really. I would say the biggest threat is definitely myself, the pilot. Still feeling under the weather, not been in the flight deck for well over a week now, so yeah, that's the biggest threat to this flight. Not not the aircraft or other people, just me. All right, let's talk about what we're expecting to do with the taxi and the overall departure. So we're stand 5 today, so I'm going to push back, presumably face north on Echo. Then we'll taxi out either via Echo 1 or Fox 1. I would imagine Fox 1, and then we will take full length, as that's what we've got. So expecting Delta 1. I'm going to get both engines started, so no single engine taxi for us today. When we depart then, it's on the GoSum 1 Charlie departure, and we're on noise abatement 2. Initial climb is flight level 6,000 feet, and the first turn will be slightly to the right. In fact, I am just going to pop that into the RadNav page in a moment. Forgot about that NDB. Yeah, so first turn will be slightly to the right as we go. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet just here, and MSA already said, but it's 3,900 for our initial climb out. So that's the normal brief. We'll do the emergency brief in a moment. So uniform whiskey, just pop that into RadNav. Uniform whiskey, pop that there, so we have that as well. Good stuff. So the engine out procedure here is it is a standard engine out procedure here. So if we need to, then and we've lost the engine after V1, we'll climb using standard technique, 12.5 degree pitch, then following SRS. Once we're happy, secured the engine, I'm also going to make sure we pull the heading bug so we don't follow the SID, and we'll climb straight out. And then once we are 8 miles from the 8 miles from the ILS DME. Actually, it is non-standard. I was right the first time. Once we're 8 miles from the ILS NDB, we will then make a right-hand turn, max speed 230 knots, back to the Edinburgh NDB, where we'll take up the hold, nice and safe. We'll get up to 4,000 feet if required, and then we'll come back into Edinburgh, presumably. One other thing I can do then is India Tango Hotel, just as a backup as well. We'll just pop in the RadNav. India Tango Hotel, and pop that in there, turn that on, and we should have, when we get going, the ILS given to us as well. Just check that frequency. India Tango Hotel, that's not right. That frequency should have been 108.9 for the lock DME, so hard tune it, 108.9. Yeah, there we go. Don't worry about the course, that's not important. That's what we needed. Oh, wonderful. Right, so that's the pre-flight briefing all done and dusted. Passengers are on board. We're almost ready to go. I bet the real aircraft, by the way, is well on its way by now, isn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our Easyjet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Thank you.
Right, well, we're 9 minutes late already, but that doesn't surprise me, to be honest. Hey Daniel, does SimSmart only work for the A320? Yes, it does for the performance figures, yes, but in any other aircraft or similar aircraft to the A320, it's the engine out procedures and the thrust acceleration, thrust reduction acceleration altitudes that I'm using from SimSmart. So you're quite right. All of this stuff not applicable to the Fenix A320. That is only for the fly-by-wire A320 Neo. But the thrust reduction acceleration values, engine out acceleration value, and the engine out procedure, that is applicable to all. Oh, that's neat. Have I even got the? I've just seen the standard instrument departure shown there. Yeah, so that's our off-block time. Yeah, look at that. Runway 24 goes at 1 Charlie. I have not seen that before. Right, APU's up and running. Fantastic. So I'll just give that a minute, get the APU bleed on. Final load sheet has come through, so let's just cross-check that against what we've got. Make sure that's all okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck this morning, let me welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft as you settle in for what we hope is going to be a most enjoyable flight. The weather today doesn't look to be posing much of a problem, so we should have a nice smooth ride for you throughout the duration of the flight. And as the cabin crew continue making their last preparations, if you could please assist them by getting yourselves sat down, your seatbelts fastened, and make yourselves nice and comfortable. The ground crew have now finished loading the aircraft, and we're just about finished with all our pre-flight checks, so it won't be long until we are pushed back. If you could please give the cabin crew your full attention as they go through the safety briefing, we'd very much appreciate it. So on behalf of myself and the first officer, we'd like to say thank you for choosing Easyjet today, and we look forward to giving you a safe flight.
Looks like there's a queue on the taxiway, so no mad rush to hurry up out of here. Alright, well, got the bleed on. Passengers are in, so we get the packs on as well, because I bet they're getting sweaty now the doors have gotten closed. Doesn't take long for an aluminium tin can to heat up, especially when the sun's shining as well. That's really neat. Right, so where's my checklist gone? Dr. Magic, will the updated Fenix be free? Yes, Doctor, yes it will be. Right, cockpit preparation checklist. So aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quantity is 6,000 kilograms and balanced. Ideas, we've got 3.5 green and the barrel FQNH is 985 hectopascal. Set and cross-checked. Good, right. 12175's contact ground to tell them we want to go. Someone's got an open mic.
Okay, 11945 unreadable, check your mics muted.
Ground Easy 2-1 Delta Alpha, stand 5's ready for push and start.
Easy 2-1 Delta Alpha, stand 5, push and start approved, face to the north.
Push and start approve and facing north. Easy 2-1 Delta Alpha. Okie dokie,
Easy
is right.
426, no further
Disconnect.
vacancy available, monitor Unicom.
Let's get
1
those
2
on.
decimate, goodbye, caution 1 aircraft on final.
We'll caution the aircraft on final over to Unicom. Easy 426, have a good night.
Eurowings 18 Hotel, space for taxi.
Eurowings 18 Hotel, taxi holding point Delta 1, runway 24 via Foxtrot and Alpha.
Holding point Delta 1, runway 24 via Foxtrot and Alpha, Eurowings 18 Hotel.
Hey, Felix Aviation, good to see you. Thanks for coming on board. Just waiting for my ground crew to hook me up.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Right, beacon lights on, transponder on. Acupressure still good. Start the timer in a moment. So the before start checklist, parking brake is on, our takeoff data has been confirmed, windows are closed, EFB phone is on flight mode, silent, doors closed and armed, beacon light is on.
Cabin crew, what about ready for pushback?
Locking gear.
Shamrock 1331, I can pick you up, but your mic's muted, check your microphone.
How late then are we? Wait for the board to shout at me. 14 minutes. Has the real aircraft left yet? Is anyone on Flight Radar 24? Is the real one gone? It should have left 15 minutes ago.
Parking brakes.
Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Gross error check, APU bleed is on. Fine, engine mode selected to ignition, starting engine 1.
Eurowings 18 Hotel, no further ATC available, monitor Unicom 1-2, destination weekend away.
Over to Unicom, Eurowings 18 Hotel, thanks for the service, John.
Edinburgh ground Ryanair 2020 with AK 1124 on your request.
Ryanair 2020
Those listeners disconnected as
Edinburgh
well.
ground, very good afternoon. You can taxi stand 16
Start
Bravo
the
via
timer.
Alpha.
Should have checked that prior to starting the engines
Alpha
actually.
Golf stand 16 Ryanair 2020.
Gary says the real one left 10 minutes ago, and Vision's on Twitch says the same thing. Well, in that case, he was still 5 minutes late.
Our station calling still unreadable.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your
Oh, Glenn, I'll
attention
get,
while
it
we take you
says
through
7
the
minutes
safety
late.
procedures on this
I
aircraft.
don't feel too bad
Put
then.
up. You're also unreadable.
Your
Both
seat
the
belts
KLM
showing
and the
the
Shamrock
exit
still
routes,
unreadable.
oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt
Set
is
parking
fastened,
adjusted.
adjusted.
Parking brake set.
It must be fastened when the seat
Edinburgh ground Ryanair 2020, I'll take this next right here, sir.
at all times.
And
Negative.
starting
It'll
engine
be
2.
the one after Foxtrot, which will be the one just upcoming. So if you continue on Alpha, it'll
Put
be
the
up on
mask
your
over
right.
your nose and mouth
If I continue Alpha, it'll dip on my right, right at 2020.
to adjust. Put on your own mask.
That
before
is some
helping
taxi
others.
speed, Ryanair. You're going to take
If you
off
land
again.
on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together. and
Hey,
pull the
Dave
strap
Hudson,
to
how you
adjust.
doing?
Do not
It's
inflate it
been a while,
inside the
mate. Yeah.
aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling
I still
the
feel
toggle.
spaced out though.
If it
That's
fails to
that's
inflate
one of the big things
Tow
that
trucks disconnected.
Blow into the
I'm
tube.
still suffering with at the moment.
There's a light and whistle for attracting attention. We
Left is
also
clear,
carry
right is
flotation
clear.
desks for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight.
Nils, do you have access to the AOC status at the end of the flight? I don't think so. I'd have to. You'd have to remind me to check, but I don't think so. Right,
A negative, it'll be stand 16.
engine
Just,
2
come
is
up now.
happy, so
Stand
let's
16 for 2020.
do the stuff. Anti-ice is not required. On the spoilers, rudder flaps 1. Set the trim. Can't see the arrow.
Edinburgh ground, easy 383, ready for push and start, please.
There we
Easy
go.
383, stand 2, you push and start approved.
Push and start approved, stand 2, for easy 383.
Right, I think we're about ready to taxi. So the after start checklist, anti-ice is off, ecam status is checked, pitch trim is 29.1, and the rudder is neutral. We'll just do a flight control check while we're here, so go full left, full right, and neutral. Full up, full down, neutral, rudder, right, rudder left, and neutral. And ground easy 2 on Delta Alpha is ready for taxi.
Easy 2, 1 Delta Alpha, you can taxi holding point Delta 1, runway 24 by Echo, Foxtrot and Alpha.
Echo Foxtrot Alpha, hold Delta 1 from runway 24, easy 2 on Delta Alpha. Right, just confirmation quickly of the route. Pretty certain I know where we're going. We've done this a few times. So, straight out, Foxtrot, all the way round, and then onto Alpha. Okay, wonderful. So, let's go. So a quick peds check then. So performance for the takeoff, we've got dry runway figures, full length runway departure, runway 24 from Delta 1. No LMCs, nothing has changed with regards to that.
Now I'm gonna...
So our performance is all valid. Engine out procedure is non-standard, 8 miles ILS DME, right hand turn, back to the Edinburgh NDB where we'll take up the hold 4,000 feet. Departure goes on 1 Charlie, normal noise abatement 2. And the first turn will be to the right
Shamrock 1331, radio check.
with
Shamrock 1,
our initial
331,
climb of
reaching 5.5.
6,000. Oh, look at that, that's suicidal fire trucks just waiting for us. And he's not going to move out of the way. Hey, Klaus Hansen, how you doing? Great to have you back as well. Yeah. He's going to play chicken with a 60-ton jet. Alright then.
Edinburgh ground Shamrock 1331 requesting push to start, please.
Shamrock 1331, hold your position. There is currently one aircraft behind.
We'll get down this straight, then I'll run the taxi checklist. Alright, so the taxi checklist. The flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1, FMA is climbing up blue, 152, 6000 blue. Eco memo, takeoff, no blue, and EFB is stowed. Let's just get it disconnected as well.
Delta 1 via Echo Foxtrot Alpha, Easy 383.
Can't be bothered to do the first officers, so we'll just throw it out the window instead.
GSX A320 on Echo, your push and start is
Don't
through.
need that. Hey, Max Attack, I'm well, thank you. Oh, I'm certainly getting there. Meister77, hello to you as well. Hope you're well.
Easy 2, 1 Delta Alpha, no further. ATC available, monitor Unicom 122, destination.
VATSIM pilot, yeah, at least they could put out any pesky engine fires. So they're right where we need them to be. The problem is they probably caused it. Paul Halford, you missed the live stream, so I was buzzing to get a notification saying we were live. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. It's great to see you guys all back again.
1 Delta Alpha, no further. ATC available, monitor Unicom 122, destination. Bye.
Over to Unicom. Thank you for the service. Easy 2 1 Delta Alpha. Bye bye.
See ya.
We'll monitor that straight away in case we've got anything coming in. Which we have. Looks like a fellow orange aircraft. Looked perfect. Right, well, the approach path for the moment looks nice and clear. So,
Edinburgh traffic, top speed 48 Zulu Quebec, 10 miles, final runway 24, Edinburgh.
10 miles, we can get out before that. And Edinburgh traffic, Easy 21 Delta Alpha is now lining up runway 24. We'll wait for the Easyjet aircraft to vacate the runway, then we'll begin our takeoff roll. Easy 21 Delta Alpha. Right, let's get all our lights on.
Edinburgh traffic, Easy 315, 3 miles vacated the runway, Edinburgh traffic.
As he's vacated the runway, lights are on. TCAS is on. Packs are off. Line-up checklist. So the cabin is secured for takeoff. Takeoff runway is full length. Runway 24. TCAS TRA packs 1-2 off. Wonderful. Let's go. And Edinburgh traffic, Easy 21 Delta Alpha is now rolling runway 24 departure and that goes on 1 Charlie departure. And takeoff. Start the chrono, 50% M1 set. Engine stable, set takeoff thrust, engine 2 critical. Checked. V1. Rotate.
Positive brakes on. Gear up.
Nav. Gear up. And set climb thrust. Lower the nose. Thrust climb. Climb. Autopilot 1 engaged. Pack on. Get the other pack on in a moment. Passing airspeed, flap 0, spoilers, disarmed, no air traffic control. Let's get ourselves a higher clearance, go flight level 190, pull open climb 190 blue, away we go. Wonderful! Stress-free departure. Let's hope the landing is as stress-free as well when we get there.
Edinburgh, Dr. 480 Kilo, vacating 24.
Mark, yeah, so all the calls and things like that is from a little app called Self-Loading Cargo that I use. Sean Duffs, good afternoon, Sean. How you doing, mate? Has everyone been suffering with flu? You've been loaded with it the last few days. My eldest kid's school, they have had to report to the it's not NHS England, it's Public Health. They've had to report to Public Health England because of the amount of children they have had off. There was 20 kids off in one class the other day, which is just insane. Let's just ding the cabin crew so they can start preparations for their cabin service. Nigel Spencer, good afternoon, sir. Welcome on board. First time being here as well. That is amazing. Thank you so much.
Please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Spoilers, flaps, gear. Let's get the lights off then. Don't need all of those on now. That's that done. Right, we're passing 10,000 feet, so we pop airports onto the EFIS, go to our progress page. Flight level 360 is the optimum, 33 is planned, so we might as well go straight up to that then. So, still in open climb, 330 blue, that's fine. Onto the performance page, we'll zero the cost index. I'm going to clear the secondary flight plan. So don't need that anymore, and the RadNav page can also be cleared out as well. All good. Looks like I'm not going to worry too much about anti-ice either. Everything seems calm and stable, so we might as well release the passengers at the same time. So, good stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now turned off the seatbelt sign and you are now free to move around the cabin. We do recommend, however, when in your seat, that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. The toilets are now available.
Windheim, hello from Turkey, hope you're well.
If you require assistance. Thank you.
Nick says it's just landed at Edinburgh. Nick, were you the Easyjet aircraft that landed just before us, or did you come in just after we departed, Nick? Says recognise the voice, so jumped into the stream to see how it should be done. Oh, I wouldn't watch anything I do today. I'm still fully under the weather. I just got bored of sat doing nothing, so I thought this could be interesting. Can you pilot a jet while still feeling a bit rubbish? Not something you'd try in the real world, I might add. Mikey, so self-loading cargo is just an external app. It's payware. It's about £13 now, I think, something like that. A quick Google will help you find that. Just Google self-loading cargo. It'll take you straight to the app, and it just runs alongside.
Edinburgh traffic, EZ383, taking off runway 24.
Christian, an American Airlines 777 has just passed you flying from London to LA. Christian, are you on holiday somewhere? That is not the normal route that an American Airlines would take. Wouldn't usually fly over Germany between London and Los Angeles. Oh, Nick, how you doing, mate? I am feeling a bit better, it has to be said, compared to the last 2 days. I'm definitely nowhere near 100%, but good enough to come and enjoy spending an afternoon with you guys. And of course, as I said as well, right at the start of the stream, this is the first time I've been in the sim for a full proper flight since the sim update, so I wanted to check how that was doing as well. Do feel like it's not quite as smooth.
Edinburgh traffic is 64 Bravo Lima and 710.
I haven't checked my graphics settings, make sure they've not all been reset or anything daft like that, but yeah, it doesn't feel as smooth as perhaps it did before. It could just be my imagination, but there you are. Oh, Christian, you mean on VATSIM? Ah, right, okay, fair enough. Well, in that case, anything can happen, Christian. Yeah, you might have just decided for the hell of it, I'll go the long way around. Hans, guys, how come there wasn't any streams this week? Because I've been pretty much bed and sofa bound. I've not been very well. I know COVID isn't really a thing anymore, or it's certainly not spoken about anywhere near as much. But I did do self-test for personal reasons, and yeah, I currently have COVID, which is yeah, probably the reason why I'm suffering from my man flu. I've definitely had worse things hit me before. I remember having real flu at one point. That was awful a few years back. That really was bad. This just seems to be more annoying. Nick, the FSUIPC thing, I'm aware of that. I've already done that, so it's not that. Or at least it shouldn't be. Matsy, does the toolbar pushback really affect the Fenix? So the developers say, Matsy, and I'm inclined to believe and go with what they say. Having said that, it could have just been a scenery thing down at Edinburgh, because everything looks alright now. It's a lot smoother panning around. Have we got any air traffic control coming up? Let me see. We've got London control is on line. London South. London North is on. Oh, we might get some ATC then coming into Bristol. That'd be kind of neat. That'd be good. Look forward to that. Felix, where do you update the Fenix FMC for the navigation system? So you need the Navigraph, oh, what's it called? I've forgotten the name of it. The Navigraph Nav Database, Nav Data Center is what you need to update it. Obviously, you can only update it if you have a subscription to Navigraph. Otherwise, you're just going to be at the whim of whatever Airax cycle is currently installed in Microsoft Flight Simulator. massive shout out to our Twitch viewers. We've got, I don't know if that's a new record. We've currently got 72 live viewers on Twitch. That is amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you are well. Nick's just appeared on there as well. Hey, Nick. Speedbird464. Right, won't be long until ATC come on, so that will make that'll make things a bit more interesting. So much for all this cloud that we were going to have to climb through. There's not much there. I do think the clouds look good, though. Have they tweaked the clouds with this with this sim update? Or do we just say that after every sim update, as it's, you know, they've updated something, so it must look better? No, they do. They look really good. Quite like that.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
I do have to keep remembering to update my Rex Accu seasons, because it's quite obviously turning spring now here in the UK, so the seasons are changing. So I want to start to see the little green buds appear down beneath us as we're flying, not just look all barren and washed out. I'm trying to delay cutting my grass for the first time, because you know once you've started, that's it for the year. You need to cut it more and more. Behind the skies, how does the point system work? Basically, the user points are just rewarded. I think they're rewarded every 15 minutes. The more you chat, the more you watch, the more you interact, the more points you get. And, of course, donations as well, things like that. They also contribute towards the points you've got. Fearless Aviation, so it is it's a program you have to download for the PC, the Navigraph Data Center. Hey Dr. Magic, good to see you again, mate. You did wonder if with this update DX12 was a thing now. Not that I'd heard. I don't know if anybody else has tried it. Behind the skies, sorry. What can you do with these points? If you... Oh, hang on. You can buy things. Virtual things, I hasten to add. But yeah, if you bring up the menu... Let me just do that for you now. So you can redeem things. That is... Have I even got it turned on? I might have not turned it back on yet. Let me just have a quick look. Oh yes, it is turned on. Yeah, so if you click that link there from the Streamlabs bot, it'll tell you what you can redeem. You can also redeem things like failures, or you can buy a ticket to a destination of your choice. I am aware we've still got one waiting for Dark Fury, but I've been far too under the weather to attempt to fly the route he suggested for me. So yeah, they can build up and do things that way. Right, we're about 500 feet from our top of climb. Dark Fury, you want to change your destination choice? Yeah, mate, go for it. It's your ticket. Where do you want us to fly you to? Please don't say Vega. Again. Right, Mac Alt Star. And Alt Cruise. Right, wonderful, we're at the top of our cruise, job done. Dark, you want to go to Lhasa Ganga Airport. Where the hell is that? That ain't in Europe, is it? Hey Kokazu, how are you, mate? Yeah, Dark, where is that? I've never heard of that. Is it a famous airport? It's not one EasyJet fly to normally. You know, obviously make the exception, it's your dime. I'm going to do my top of climb checks. Maybe I'll do it after just talking to ATC. 1337. It's in China.
436 London Control.
Nice.
Roger. Redirect knock-in and maintain flight level. What level would you like? You seem to be nowhere near your flight plan level either.
Yeah, my bad. We are filed for 330, so if that's alright, I'll go back down to 330 and direct knock-in, easy 46.
426, Roger, descend flight level 360. Sorry, 360.
Easy 46.
London Control, good afternoon, Easy to 1 Delta Alpha, flight level 330 and inbound Dean Cross.
Broadsword 782 Papa, descend flight level 80.
Descend flight level 80, Broadsword 782 Papa.
Easy 21 Delta Alpha London, hello, it's the West B1 Bravo arrival for Bristol.
Wesley 1 Bravo for Bristol, Easy's 21 Delta Alpha. I think that's what we had in the box, isn't it? Yeah. Oh good, right, well, quick checks of the SD pages, confirmed we've not got a fuel leak or anything daft like that. Let's just see what fuel...
782 Papa, descent altitude 5,000 feet, Newcastle,
we've got now.
987 hectopascals.
Descend 5,000 feet, QNH 997, Broadsword 782 Papa.
Earrings 18 Hotel 1 ready, descend flight level 270 to be level by knock-in.
So we're just passing
When ready,
Dean
270
Cross
by
at the
knock-in,
moment.
Earrings 18 Hotel. Ryanair 289 Alpha, when ready, descend flight level 200 to be level at knock-in.
When ready, descend to 200, level by knock-in, Ryanair 289 Alpha.
Just mean, of course, when we've got ATC, I just need to keep half an ear out for them so I don't miss their calls. That's annoying.
Last station calling London, very loud static only, didn't hear anything else.
So, Dean Cross, Dean Cross, Dean Cross, where are you?
Right, 030 degrees.
Turn right 030, Broadsword 782 Papa.
Fuzzy 96 Romeo, runway 32, clear to land, surface wind 230 degrees, 22 knots, gusting 33.
Clear to land, runway 32, Fuzzy 96 Romeo.
Sounds windy. Right, so Dean Cross there, we've got 3472, so we've got an extra ton on board, as we said, so about 3.5 tons, sorry, 4.5 tons we got.
ATC, Unicom 122.8.
Yeah, 4.5, just under. That's pretty spot on, that.
Northern Gate, Papa Hotel, no further ATC, Unicom 122.8. 228, thanks for the service, Northern Gate, Papa Hotel.
So, let's look at quickly setting up the box for our arrival. So, the centre fix, more static.
Okay, last station calling again, that just static only, didn't hear a word you were saying, if you were saying anything at all. I believe it's Easy 195.
Stern Radnav page, we want the Bristol NDB in there.
780 Papa, descent to altitude 4,000 feet. You have 30 miles, runway 25.
Progress page, Echo Golf Golf Delta, we're expecting runway 27. I'll get the weather for that in a minute and we'll pop that into the... pop it in there. Oh, I'll tell you what I haven't done. Pop the cost index back to 4. So that's done. And check fuel. We'll look at the land with 3.7 tons of fuel on board. That is fine. Okay, so let's get a weather report then.
Wings 18 Hotel, we're starting our descent now, flight number 280, level knock.
We'll get it for Manchester, which is one of our en route weathers, and then we'll also get one for Bristol.
Thunder Control, Easy 33 with you at flight level 290. Easy 383 London, hello. The
Manchester looks nice and calm, wide open as
do you
well.
have the
Let's
latest
have a
air
look
data
what's
or
happening
not?
at
Sadly, I don't, but I'm happy to take vectors if required.
Bristol.
Follow the old Amron 1 Bravo arrival then in that case.
Yep, no worries at all. That's the one we've got programmed in already.
QNH
we'll follow the
906.
Amron 1 Bravo for Bristol. Easy 383.
The fact that he's just asked that guy if he's got the old or the new air data
Bristol
cycle
782 Papa, turn
for Bristol tells me that they have updated them recently. Didn't think I recognised them. Winds 25013.
782 Papa, that was carry rope only, check your mic.
Left 360, descend 2,000.
Transition altitude for Bristol is indeed 6,000 feet. We'll land fully configured.
Shamrock 210 when ready, descend.
It's not the longest runway in the world.
Level 150, Shamrock
we've got 6,000.
426, if I'm descending flight level 330, you've not
6,000 metres visibility, it's raining, and towering cumulus 1,800 feet.
Sorry, my bad. Easy.
Fun.
46.
Right, well that is
Yeah,
still all Cat 1.
To do it, not just hang around and carry back on climbing.
So it means our minimums are going to be 801. That's fine then. Box is all set up. BK, yeah, I'm not feeling too bad, mate. Thank you, mate. Hey, Nick. Nick Nickler.
Bristol 782 Papa, turn left heading.
Thanks for coming on board.
Cleared hours, approach runway 25.
Left heading 270, cleared ILS approach runway 25, broadsword 782 Papa.
Cocker says, is there a reason Easy don't go to Turkey? They're starting to this summer, I believe. Certainly, I've forgotten the name of the airport that they are going to be flying to this summer. You can now book flights for it. Can't remember when it is.
London Control Shamrock 1301 with you at flight level 290. We are also.
We might have to do it. It would be a long stream, a long flight, like a 5-hour flight.
Just let us know.
Would we be up for that, do you reckon?
Shamrock 1331 London, roger, that's fine, so you can follow the Amron 1 Bravo.
That looks neat.
39 Romeo, clear runway 32.
They also do fly to Dalaman. They've flown to Dalaman for a while now.
Under choice, thanks for your help.
Do you see this?
Nicolas, good afternoon, sir. Thanks for coming on board. Hope you're well. Right, well, let's not hang about because we've got ATC. It's going to be a busy time getting down there, things like that. Let's do the briefing. So, where's my weather gone? We'll start with that as always. So yeah, there you can see we've got the weather is 250 knots at 13. So wind coming in from the left as we're coming into land. We've currently got rain as well in Bristol. Visibility sound to 6 kilometres. Still all Cat 1. But towering cumulus as well, so it could be potentially turbulent as we're coming in to Bristol. So that is that could be good fun. We also have got quite low
1331
low QNH as well, 996. Not as low as it was up in Edinburgh, but yeah, there. That's it. So expect typical what I call typical Bristol weather.
Direct knock in Shamrock
131. Aircraft is still fully serviceable, not broken anything, no times for arrival today. Threats to be aware of, usually just the weather and the wind. Basically, the airport, if you're unfamiliar with it, is built on a bit of a hill, so it's exposed to the elements. Not the longest runway, what is it?
Easy 383, can you just confirm the waypoint?
Yeah, 2 kilometres, so yeah, not the longest runway in the world, but
Easy 383 is
in terms of threats, the weather's the biggest one, really. Weather, winds can be a bit, it's exposed to gusts, things like that. So yeah, MSA is 3,000, 2,200 is where coming in, sorry, MSA is 3,000 to the south and the west.
For the ATC, Unicom 122.8. What today for your wings monitor has so
And not sure if we're going to have any air traffic control down there yet, so if not, we'll be on Unicom, so I'll have to listen out to what other people are doing, make sure that we're not getting in everybody's way, and vice versa. So we're expecting runway 27, the Westby 1 Bravo arrival. That is what we've got planned into the box. We will vector ourselves in rather than flying to Bristol NDB and then making the teardrop approach. We will break off after Inga, bring ourselves round, get ourselves down 3,000 feet, and yeah, as I say, vector ourselves in for that. That will be the way forward, unless ATC are online to do it for us, of course. Normal ILS approach, 3-degree approach, and platform altitude's 2,500 feet. We have got speed constraint 250 knots at Inga, but that's fine, we'll be 10,000 feet probably by that point anyway. We will use auto brake low for the arrival, and then once we've arrived, we will most likely be right to the end, vacating to the right, backtracking, parking somewhere on the main apron. Single engine taxi, maybe, but we need to give it 3 minutes, and it's not the longest taxi in the world, is it? So we shall see. Go around straight forward here as well, straight out on runway heading 3,000 feet.
Easy 383, you're already direct AMRAL.
Throw some things in the box that will just help us out with a bit of situational awareness. So,
speak with 237, where are you going?
Bristol. I love it when ATC says stuff like that.
Stand by, I have some flight control problems. Can I get a vector direct to 158?
So speak with 237, turn left, heading 200 degrees.
Left 200.
So yeah, we're just popping 9 mile radius around that, and as we dissect that, then we want to be about 3,000 feet.
Well, yes, because I'm now having to hold all departures out of Manchester because somebody can't fly the SID properly.
Oh dear. You don't need to fly the SID. You press this magic button just there.
Ryanair 29 Alpha, turn left heading 090 degrees, descend flight level 80.
Heading 090 degrees and descend to flight level 80.
Nicola, do I fly routes outside of the Easyjet regular schedule? Occasionally. We try and keep it as realistic as possible, but occasionally we'll do something a bit unusual.
Bravo 782 Papa, taxi stand choice.
Taxi stand choice, Bravo 782 Papa, thank you.
Right, I've had my head down, looking in the box and that. I've lost all my situational awareness. Where are we? Oh, we've got. We're about to head over. We're about to head over Liverpool, and Manchester's down there somewhere, with all departures held because somebody can't fly the SID properly. To quote the air traffic controller.
Fever 237, turn left heading 180 degrees.
It's a bit too cloudy to see Manchester, isn't it?
Oh, wait.
Okay, Shamrock through 1331, check which button you're pressing, please. Break easy 246, no further ATC, Unicom 122.8.
My apologies, Shamrock 1331.
Easy 246,
I
Unicom
think
122.8.
that is Liverpool. Yeah, there's Liverpool Airport down there. Can you see any aircraft? How far can I zoom in? Doesn't look like there's anybody down there.
London, hello, descend flight level 100 on the L-1 Mike arrival.
I can see some white capping though on the Irish Sea, so I'm guessing, or the River Mersey is more likely, isn't it? So I'm guessing it's a bit windy down there.
Okay, hello 1862, I see you changed your call sign. Well, you've now changed your call sign, so I need you to refile your flight plan, please, because you filed the old one under a different call sign.
Okay. So,
Unicom, sorry, I thought I heard
Hey, Matt. Quick service call, so now you're back with us. Fantastic.
Easy 2-1 Delta Alpha, descent flight level 290.
Descent flight level 290, Easy 2-1 Delta Alpha. Right, down we go. Descent 290 blue.
Ryanair 289 Alpha, report your heading to East Midlands radar 134, decimal 175.
Oh, nice, East Midlands.
134, 175, Ryanair 289 Alpha, thank you.
There's an airport we've never flown into on stream, I think.
Route direct Honolulu Hotel Oscar November. Well, it looks like you're turning already, so you're just ignoring any of my instructions clearly.
Direct Honolulu. Speed with 237.
Yeah, speed with 237. If you're on VATSIM, then you follow any controller's instructions as per the code of contact. If you keep doing that again, I'll have you removed.
Sorry about that, apologies.
Shamrock 210, fly heading 090 degrees, vectors Alice, approach runway 23 right.
Heading 090 and vectors 423 right, Shamrock 210.
Aren't Perigee meant to be bringing scenery out for East Midlands, or was that just a rumour?
1057.
Squawk 1057 and K1862.
On control, Skyway 603, ready for push and start. Newcastle, stand 14.
I mean, to be fair to this air traffic controller, he is controlling the whole of northern England on his own.
Push and start approved.
Push and start approved, Skyway 603.
If you have a rogue aircraft, it does kind of screw up the system a little bit. Nick, I've not seen any of the previews. You're going to have to dump those into the Discord. I love East Midlands Airport. Never found one of the... I just wish it had a viewing gallery.
Easy 2-1 Delta Alpha, Unicom 122.8.
122.8, thank you for the great service, Easy 2-1 Delta Alpha. Bye-bye. And we're on to Unicom. Hey, Pete. Thanks for being on with us. We will definitely be doing some East Midlands streams. Easyjet used to fly from East Midlands. I don't know if... I think they might do it just during the height of the summer months, but not as much as they used to. If you have enjoyed the stream so far, guys, please do me a huge favour and hit that like button. We've been away for a while, so it could do with a boost, but thanks so much to everyone who's already done that for me. Right, we've done the brief, we know what we're doing, we know how we're planning to do it. We will follow the SID as well until... Obviously it depends on what aircraft we can see on TCAS around us or what we hear on Unicom. But we're going to follow the SID until we get to Inga. And then just as we get a little bit closer, we're then going to break ourselves off and vector ourselves in around. So we're not going to fly over the NDB and then make the teardrop approach. Probably less realistic to do it that way. We've got Wales to the right, England to the left. Oh, it's cloudy and grey over England. Let's look at Wales. It's far more picturesque. Matt McCurry, mate, thank you so much for an incredibly generous $11 Canadian super chat there, saying, cheers, just wanted to express my support and gratitude for all of the content. Thank you. Matt, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. I hope you're well and are having a good Friday with some nice things planned for the weekend. But thank you for your support, Matt. That is wonderful, and glad that you like the channel as well. Seems like it's just gone very quiet now. The ATC has dropped out. DP Pro 2020 just got to wait for the butter landing now. Well, butter landings in Bristol don't usually go well together. Usually at Bristol you're just swearing at the aircraft to get down and stop before you run out of runway. Normally because a massive gust has just come and hit you and thrown you up in the air 20 feet higher than you wanted to be. Matt, it's a beautiful day there in Ottawa and you're smiling. Is it starting to warm up as well now, Matt? Whenever I think of Canada, I always think of cold temperatures. Although, didn't they have a record-breaking heat wave last year? Might not have been Ottawa, but I'm sure I remember reading that at some point on social media. That looks like some towering cumulus clouds that you don't really want to fly through. Right, so we're going to get ourselves down now. Let's continue our descent. We'll get down to 8,000. We'll go open descent. So thrust idle, open descent, down we go. Keep an eye on our progress. All looks good. Matt, it's about 1 or 2 degrees Celsius, sweater weather. Ooh, that's t-shirt weather here in Yorkshire. Matt says the lowest temperature this year was -42. I would never be able to convince my wife to visit Canada if I told her that. It's sort of 15 degrees C here outside, and she would still put the heating on if I let her. The only time that I went through me this morning, I had to put the heating on this morning, or it might have been last night, because my lad had done an after school club yesterday, and he came home. I don't know what they'd been doing, but seriously, his shoes were soaked and caked in mud. We threw them in the washing machine, and they came out drier than when they went in. But obviously, have you ever tried to dry a pair of shoes quickly? We had to sit them on top of the radiator and turn the heating on. I wasn't happy. It would have been cheaper to buy him new shoes than it would put the heating on. Frankie Sat, thank you for the follow. So what controllers are online at the moment? We've got London... See, London South's online. London... What's London M? Where's that? No idea where that is. There seems to be a lot of London control on, but none of them then seem to control Bristol. Which is a shame. Oh well. Never mind. Chris Morgans, good afternoon, or rather good morning to you, Chris. Hope you're well. Thank you so much. Your $10 donation saying no reason, just a little something to say thank you for the streams, and to thank Dark as well for the gift sub. Chris, thank you so much, mate. Really do appreciate your support of the channel, and we know that Dark Fury is indeed a channel legend with his legendary channel membership gifts. So thank you once again to Dark. But Chris, that is amazing. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Nick, you've just put the East Midlands pics in the Pilots Lounge. I will look forward to those later on today. As soon as we finish the stream, I'm going to go and pick up the girls from nursery, and then starts the 2-day weekend of screaming, crying, fighting. With a bit of luck, we'll avoid the punching and the nipping. And that's just me and the wife. Hey, Palladino, hope you're well. Bounty, why do I prefer the Fenix over the fly-by-wire? I think it's not so much prefer Bounty, it's... there's absolutely nothing wrong with a fly-by-wire. And if you're sort of... how do I say this without sounding disrespectful? If you're the casual gamer who wants to, you know, not so much concentrate on one particular kind of aircraft. So you're quite happy flying the maybe a 737, an A330, the Antonov, the A320. Then there is no better aircraft for you to download than the fly-by-wire A320 because it is very, very in-depth. The difference is the Fenix just takes it to that next level. So if you want to do things like abnormal procedures and things like that, then the Fenix has got that all there under its under the hood for you. Dark, back to Vagar for you. RF, I was just reading your question there about pausing the aircraft, pausing the sim and then coming back with the Fenix shutting down. Does it continue to burn fuel while you shut down? Yeah, that would be frustrating. What about, that's if you use the active pause button, is it? What happens if you use the escape key to go to the main menu? Can't say as I've ever tried it. I'm usually always flying on VATSIM, of which of course you're not allowed to pause on VATSIM. So yeah, can't do that. Adam's Wing, good afternoon Adam, hope you're well mate. Says the contents are awesome and hope one day can be like us. Thank you for the great videos. That's really kind of you, thank you Adam. Hope you're well, and yeah, what you know, I'm the lucky one. What an amazing community you guys all are. I'm just the guy that sits here and flies, but what really makes it fun is you guys. If there'd have been no one there to watch me fall off the runway in Vega, it wouldn't have been anywhere near as entertaining or exciting. Frankie Sat on Twitch says, I've been flying the fly-by-wire just because it's free, hoping soon you'll get the Fenix. You're excited about the plane because of the complex ability. Well, that's it, Frankie, and I think that is the perfect way to do it, because the Fenix introduces you, sorry, no, the fly-by-wire introduces you perfectly to the A320, the Airbus way of doing things. And then when you do jump into the Fenix, you're not going to be overwhelmed by things, because it's from a system standpoint, and you know, more or less it's identical in the way everything's laid out and the way you do things, so you won't feel overwhelmed. The difference will be when something goes bing because something's broken, and then you've got some ECAM actions to follow, and your aircraft might be downgraded and you were meant to be flying somewhere with low visibility and you've just lost both radar altimeters, and suddenly now where are you going to go? But that's the fun side of flight simulation. Rarely happens in the real world, of course, anything that serious, but yeah, good fun. Hey Ace, good afternoon sir, how you doing? Back in the orange indeed.
Bristol traffic, easy 426, inbound on the ILS runway 24, Bristol traffic. Alright, about 20 miles out.
Runway 24? Aircraft on Bristol traffic, just confirm runway 24.
Disregard runway 27, Bristol traffic easy 426.
That's fine, thought I'd got the wrong airport.
No, you're all good, you're all good.
Right, well he's on the Alice approach, he's going to be no concern to us. He'll have gone, be landed, he'll be in the bar by the time we get there. Right, let's get the seatbelt signs on. And we'll start to concentrate then on our arrival.
Bristol traffic confirmed. Runway 27 is with you.
It appears winds would favour runway 27 at Bristol traffic. Right, let's just start winding that speed back. So, we've got selector speed 250 knots. We'll continue down 6,000 feet. So flight level 60. Open descent. And get the lights on as well. Visions, how do I get the blue circle around the airport? So that I just popped in on the fixers page. So I can show you why I've done that in a moment. So if you go to the fixers page, which is on the flight plan, the top left hand button, then takes us to the fix info page. We do that. I've got the runway threshold for runway 27 at Bristol, and I've put a 9-mile radial ring around that. And the reason I'm going to do this is because what I'm going to do is once we pass Inga, I'm going to break myself off down here, and then we will come in, and I want to be then, if I'm about 3,000 feet at 9 miles out, I'm going to capture the glide slope and the ILS perfectly. We're nicely below the profile actually, just looking at this. We're about 30 miles away, which is around 10,000 feet. We're at 9,000 feet, so we're 1,000 feet under that, and we're also going to add some extra track mileage as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reduce the VS a little bit, otherwise we're going to be trundling along, burning extra fuel that we don't need to. Brian, we're routing over the Severn Bridge. We may have just passed that, or maybe not. Hang on, get the train radar on. It's straight in front of us, so we might see it, we might not. Depends on the clouds and where we break off the approach to vector ourselves in on the ILS. Bounty, would I recommend paying for Navigraph? Only if you're going to start flying on sort of like the VATSIM network. If you're staying offline, it probably wouldn't matter to you so much, but at the moment you go on to VATSIM, yeah, you could really do with those charts. Right, so we're 1,000 feet VS mode at the moment. Just pop the anti-ice on as we're about to descend through this cloud layer.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for landing.
Pendolino fan, yeah, not too far out at all. Should be on the ground in 20 minutes.
Traffic, Easy 46, turning base. Runway 27.
So in his base turn for runway 27, that's fine. Again, he's not going to be in our way, we're not going to be in his. Nicholas Leary, how do you do a pre-flight startup and pushback? So when you zoom into an airport, physically on the map screen in Microsoft Flight Simulator, if you zoom right in, instead of selecting the runway, select one of the parking gates, and then you'll start at the gate in the terminal, rather than at the airport. Alright, so a very nice steady descent. We're going to go 3,000 feet. I'm going to reduce that VS rate even more actually. 500 feet per minute will do. So with that...
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
Bounty Live, thank you so much for the Prime sub on Twitch. Welcome on board, sir. Hope you're well. Nicholas, you've been trying to find that out for ages. No problem, Nicholas. Hopefully, if there's anything else you get stuck with, you know where we are. Bristol traffic easy to 1 Delta Alpha on the Webley 1 Bravo arrival, and we have just passed Inga. Inbound Bristol now, and we're about 17 miles out, and we'll be breaking off to make right traffic for runway 27. Adam's Wing, so it's not built into the Fenix. That app you hear for the sounds and things, the announcements, that is self-loading cargo that does that.
Bristol traffic, Easy 46, 6 mile final, runway 27.
Bristol traffic, Eurowings 18 runway 27 vacated.
The Eurowings is down. Glenn Davis, is the Easyjet livery free? Yeah, if you go onto flightsim.to, which is a website, there are loads of free liveries that you can download. So, you can fly the beautiful orange livery of EasyJet and countless thousand other liveries as well that are available for all different kinds of aircraft. This is of course the Channel livery, created by Dark Fury. That water looks a bit choppy down there actually. There's the bridge, I'm guessing. It's actually missing it. It probably needs the scenery enhancement. I'm sure there is one. I've just not got it. Glenn, yeah, flightsim.to is what you're after. Okay, so let's go heading. Oh, them click spots. Right, let's just tidy up our flight plan a little bit. There we go. India Bravo Tango Sierra is identified. We've got Bristol there.
426 Eurowings 18 Hotel on taxiing on Zulu, and we'll hold short Zulu 1 for the Easyjet that's blocking the taxiway.
That was subtle. The airport's over there somewhere.
Easy 426 going around.
Go around at Bristol is not uncommon. Very bumpy. Although, what was the reason for the go around? That would be quite nice to know. Tim was nice. Thank you so much for the 4-month Prime sub. That is incredible. Thank you for your support, my friend. Hope you're enjoying the flight this afternoon. And aircraft going around at Bristol. When you get a chance, just report the reason, please.
Heavy landing, we floated a bit too much. Easy 46.
Not unexpected at Bristol. Thank you. So that's just something to be aware of. Clearly the winds might just be getting up. In fact, we can just see we've got winds there, 33 knots. So right, here comes the glide slope. Let's start slowing ourselves down then. We're going to go over descent, thrust idle, over descent, start slowing down. 2,500 blue for our target altitude. That's the platform altitude as well. Flaps 1, speed's checked, flaps 1. Right, let's bring her around. Once again, my FCU seems to be responding very slowly, doesn't it? Alt, glide slope, lock, blue, cap 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2, speeds 180 knots.
2,500.
Red altimeter alive. Look at these rain clouds that we're going to fly through. That's exactly what the METAR said. Bristol traffic easy 2 on Delta Alpha is now base turn, establishing shortly for an 11-mile final, runway 27. Let's hope our approach path takes us nicely through the rain clouds. Hope those winds change direction though, because that's like a 30-knot crosswind. I don't fancy that. There's Lockstar. Ranking says those rain clouds are visible from here. So the weather then looking presumably quite good compared to real life there. I believe is that aircraft that was on the go around. Bristol traffic easy to 1 Delta Alpha established 8-mile final. Runway 27. Here comes the glide slope, and we've got the sun in our eyes. I'm not sure the visor would help us with that. Although, where have these two aircraft come from? What are they doing? Looks like a fighter jet escort. Right, well the runway's in sight. We can now see it sat proudly on top of that hill. Glide slope star, missed approach altitude's 3,000 feet. Let's get that set. Flaps 2, speeds checked, flaps 2. Right, 4-mile final, push manage speed, gear down, spoilers. Flaps 3, speeds checked.
1331, say intentions.
And flaps full. Landing checklist.
1331, have you just departed from Bristol, or are you landing? What's going on?
Cabin secured, go around altitude 3,000 feet, decam memo, landing no blue. We'll ignore the chaos that seems to be going off around Bristol.
On the ILS runway 27, 10 miles, Shamrock 1331.
Brad's just done Bristol to Edinburgh in real life as crew. Bristol had thundery showers. That appears to be what we've got here, to be honest. No thunder, but certainly the showers. There's a little shower cloud there. Just look at over the thresholds.
Okay, Bristol traffic EV 426, we're going to go to minimum speed, just for spacing.
Ah, 20 knot wind, slightly from the left. Fun.
500.
Stupid place to build an airport. Stable, I have control.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue.
$50, $40, $30, $20. Retard. 5.
Spoilers deployed. Reverse green. Decel. God, that's bumpy. Manual brakes, reverses off. This is why you don't want to overshoot the runway at Bristol. You just fall off the other end.
To perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out.
Bristol traffic runway
Smoking is
27
not permitted
vacated.
until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or Easyjet app.
Bristol traffic EZ46, turn in base for runway 27.
Yeah, confirmation of that win there. It was
Capture glide scope.
it was all right.
5
That
miles out.
could take that landing any day of the week. Definitely done worse. And Flyrider and Simulator Gaming, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Bristol, everyone. Let's get ourselves parked up somewhere nice for the weekend.
Bristol traffic, are we looking at a rough landing today, boys?
No, not at all. Smooth landing, that one. Hans, it's an external app called Self-Loading Cargo that does all the various announcements. I've got a replay coming up actually of that landing, so stick with me for that. If you've enjoyed the flight though and you're on your way out, please do hit the like button as you depart. Leanne, you've been here for most of my my bad landings, so I don't need to advertise them to you. Hey Chris Scott, hope you're well. Oh, where shall we park? Take stand 4, 5 or 6, shall we? If GSX is going to allow it. Gate 5 would be good.
Bristol traffic, EZ426, 13-mile final for runway 27, Bristol traffic.
Can see several aircraft that look like they're all on finals. If I put this down, you can see them even more clear. Oh my word, look at that. Looks like the end of Close Encounters. Well, that could end up being rather messy. VATSIM's great when there's controllers around. Decent landing from a Shamrock. I'm going to keep my engines running. I was going to do single engine taxiing, but I'm going to show the replay, so I need an engine running for that. So where are these other two aircraft? How much spacing have they got? Could just be an optical illusion. They could actually be beautifully spaced apart. or not?
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. It was a bad turn off the taxiway, though. I was trying to clear it quick.
That's the biggest lawnmower I've ever seen.
Runway 27.
Oh my word, it sounds like someone's just done a Dark Fury taxi. Right, I'll stop watching the planes land and I'll get taxied in. Then we can show the replay. Oh my word, that must have been a fantastic taxi.
The traffic short final.
He's already here.
Bristol. Are you on frequency?
Yep, that was definitely a quick taxi in. Has anyone noticed where the marshal has stood, by the way? He's hidden in the building, he's just using one hand out the window to guide me in. Oh, right. Well, enough of that immersion killer. Let me come off VATSIM. Thank you to everyone who flew alongside us today. We'll just disconnect off that. Sounded like chaos at the end there. Let's check out the replay of the landing. For me, usually one of the best bits of Microsoft Flight Simulator, being able to watch the passenger perspective. Let's get that going. That's the taxiway. Want to go back a bit further than that.
Terrain.
There we go. That'll do it nicely. You get to appreciate as well the different level of terrain you've got, particularly coming into somewhere like Bristol. Look at the rain on the horizon there, that big cloud drop. Always good fun. Oh guys, don't know what you guys have got set up for the weekend, but hopefully it's going to be a good weekend for you all. How many people are going to spend it in Microsoft Flight Simulator? Hans50 says you're also thinking about buying the Fenix A320, but we'll give it some time. If you're unsure, try the fly-by-wire A320 first of all, and if you like the Airbus, then you'll love the Fenix. Hey Phil, so the replay app is called SkyDolly. It's free, it's brilliant and very easy. Available on flightsim.to. And Twarog also asking for a similar thing. Yeah, SkyDolly on flightsim.to. We'll grant you that. Gorgeous. We also managed to avoid the rain coming in as well, which I think was, well, more luck than skill, but it worked out quite nicely as well. Aviation Crew, it's an external app, so no, the replay would not work or be available on Xbox. You would have to wait for Azobo's homegrown one to come in for you, I'm afraid. Christian, this was your first VATSIM flight in a month or so. Really, Christian? I thought you were on there daily. Oh, Mark, you getting dragged around York shopping this weekend? Ouch. Everybody here in the chat feels for you. Oh, look at that. Now comes the rain. Imagine that as we'd have come into land or live on stream. Well, there you go. Well, guys, that has been good fun. Sorry if it's been a quieter stream than normal on my part. I'm still not 100%. Getting there though, definitely better than we were a few days back. So thank you to all of you who have joined me on the stream today. I'm going to leave you with a final replay, and if we get another stream over the weekend, of course, I will ping you all on Discord so you know where we are. If you're not in our Discord already, please do sign up. There is a link in the video description below taking you to that, so I will hopefully be able to see you and chat with you on there. Until then, I'm going to leave you with our final replay to see us into the weekend. Whatever you're doing this weekend, guys, hope you have a great time. And let me just cancel that alarm. There we go. Daft things. Yeah, and I look forward to seeing you all again in the next live stream, whenever that may be. Thanks for watching, everyone, and speak to you all very soon. Huge shout out to those of you who have donated and contributed to the channel to help keep during our stream today, and as always to our Easyjet Simpilot channel members, Legend Dark Fury for the Easyjet Simpilot channel membership gifts as well. I will look forward to seeing all of you very soon. Looks like we're going to get wet on this replay, looking at that big cloud in front of us. Have a great weekend, everyone. See you all soon. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
Retard.